Hi, I'm Prof.K, and I'm bridging the gap between the Canadian and the American electrical codes. In terms of wiring methods, we both have the same section name, wiring methods. It's Chapter 3 in the National Electrical Code, and it's called Section 12 in the Canadian Electrical Code, but they follow the same principles. The scope of wiring methods section is the same. It says that you cannot choose safely what your wiring method is without looking at the same three things. First of all, how is the building construction? What is it constructed from? Second is, what is the location? And third is, what is the use of that building? What is the building's use? So the building's construction, the building's location, and the building's use. So let's take a look at it. So in terms of building construction, that really matters because is it combustible or is it non-combustible materials? Is it concealed or is it exposed wiring? For example, a wood-framed residential home in Canada and in the US, that's a combustible construction. It's dry, it's made out of wood, and also, we're allowed to conceal the wiring. So in Canada, we would choose NMD 90. In the US, that's NMB wiring. But we could also have a building construction that is concrete or a steel frame. Both of those codes in the Canada and the US push you towards conduit or armored cable. That's for protection of the installation, actually, because there's unfriendly surfaces where those mechanical protection is required. In a parking garage, in both locations, in a parking garage, there are high mechanical stresses and possible moisture exposure. So then you're considering something like PVC conduit. So it's very important to note that the construction decides how much physical protection your wiring is going to need. The second general consideration is the building location. In Canada, Section 12 wiring methods calls it location. In the US, the National Electrical Code in Chapter 3 calls it the environment. I like the word environment better because it makes us think about what this means. Is the environment that you're wiring in going to be wet or is it dry? Is it a hazardous environment? Is it underground? Is it an outdoor environment? The same applies to both places. For example, underground changes everything. In Canada, we might need Tech 90. In the States, we're going to use a PVC conduit or UFB. And this is because under the ground, you're going to have moisture and you need some mechanical protection. So all of the mechanical protection for underground installation, the depth, etc., is in the wiring methods section. What if it's on rooftop or outdoors? Well, then you have sunlight and you have temperature extremes. So we have to have a UV type of material or type of wiring method. And we could have a corrosive environment where corrosion resistance is required, or it could be a hazardous area. I know in the Canadian Electrical Code, then we need to go to Section 18 for hazardous locations. So the location really does drive that moisture protection and those temperature ratings and the mechanical barriers that are required, for example, in the underground installation. And the last consideration is the use. And in the US, it's called purpose. I like the word purpose a bit better than use as well. What is the purpose, not of the wiring, but what is the purpose of the building? So what is the occupancy of the building is basically what this means. And how that building is used sets its safety level. Homes, hospitals, and factories all have different requirements. Hospitals need reliability. Factories need durability. Homes need simplicity. So that drives you to choosing the type of wiring method that you're going to need to choose. So even though Canadian Electrical Code, National Electrical Code use different names for some of their wiring methods. They have the same principles they have different names for their wiring that you'll choose. It's all based on the same principles: construction, location, and use, or construction, the environment, and the purpose. And they're called the same thing: wiring methods in Section 12 in Canada, in Chapter 3 in the US. So, was this helpful to you? Let me know in the comments. What else do you need to know from the Canadian Electrical Code and the National Electrical Code? Don't forget to please like, subscribe, and share this with anybody who is studying code or maybe working across the border. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.